Blue Jays Twitter kind of went off a little bit this week. This week,
Yes,
right?
this
Still,
week.
still within this week.
Yeah.
Um, if you live under a rock or you're not a part of Blue Jays Twitter or the Blue Jays fandom or just something to do with the Blue Jays, you might not have seen it, but there's a podcast. It's called Foul Territory.
Yes.
Nate might have a better idea who actually on it. I don't actually listen to it.
It
I know.
depends on the
It's
day.
always Scott Braun's the host, and then it's usually AJ Przinsky and Erik Kratz.
Hmm.
And
They
Todd,
have
like
guest host. Todd Frazier's probably the most common guest
Adam
host.
Jones, Lorenzo
Kipnis,
Kane,
Jones, yeah, Lorenzo Kane.
Brock
Okay.
Holt on like the rare month.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but it's
So
usually Kratz and Przinsky.
on this episode specifically, it was Erik Kratz, and they had David Schneider on. I would actually like to sit down and listen to the interview because David
It was
Schneider's
really
kind
good.
of he's an interesting
It
interview.
was really good. I enjoyed it.
Um, however, in this conversation, do you have the exact quote, Connor? Because I can paraphrase it, but I don't have it. In essentially what he said was that he asked him how many or what's the dumbest question you get most often because and he straight up said it. He goes, there's people from Toronto are probably gonna knock me for this one, but he goes, obviously they don't know their baseball as well up there. Paraphrasing, that's not exactly what he
That's not what
said,
he
but
said.
well, what?
It wasn't relation to where we are. It was more just like sometimes they don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
Which
I have
Um,
it here.
Perfect.
I have the video, which we probably can't play it, but
I
I was
can't
going to
play.
listen to it.
You just tell me what he's saying.
damn it. Wait, give me
We
let's
need
just
some
think.
better
I'm
technology on this
gonna mute
podcast.
myself.
Mute up and then yes. But
Okay.
anyways, Erik Kratz
Yes.
said some out of bounds shit, and Jay's Twitter decided to throw a hissy fit
Yes.
at
Now,
Erik Kratz. Like
I can't believe I'm saying this, but in defense to Erik Kratz, is he
We've got
wrong?
we've got um Blue Jays fans don't necessarily know the game so well. So what is the most annoying question they kept asking you or something? And an example was, are you related to John Schneider? Which, to be fair, both from Jersey.
Yeah. Valid.
have like the same spelling. Like
Um,
Valid.
I
Um,
sorry, I cut in and wasn't listening to what you said,
no, it's
but
okay. We
we're
didn't
good.
say
I
anything
think
important
I
anyways.
I think exactly what he said is valid. I think I have sat in the stands and wanted to pull my hair out listening to our fans most of the time. So I am 100% on board with Kratz.
Um,
And I think we don't have the smartest fan base. And honestly, a lot of the bandwagon people you get out are Leafs fans looking for something to do in the summer.
yep.
Like,
Yep. What was there was a conversation in front of us or behind us the one game we were there?
was it
Something.
about
I
OPS?
think it was about
Yes.
OPS.
Yes.
It was an absolute mess either way, but there's just I love Blue Jays fans. They're great. Um, Also, there's a large portion of the fan base that genuinely doesn't know what they're talking about.
I don't think it's just our fan base,
No, it's
but,
No,
every
no.
fan base.
and to be fair, Kratz got drafted by the Jays. Like, he
Mm.
played here for I don't know
Did he
how
get
many
drafted
years.
by us?
Yeah. 3 or 4. I want to say like it was probably 2 to 4 years he
It
was
was
in.
not. I know he didn't play here for 2 to 4 years.
I think it was at least two.
He played, hold on, I'll pull up the exact number, but I thought so too. I thought he was here a lot longer than he was.
Erik
Anyways,
Kratz,
drafted
Erik
by us and came up with through the organization with us.
he played 30 games with the Jays.
Yeah.
Really, just one season?
Yeah. And it
He got
was somewhere
198,
in the middle.
572
Huh.
OPS, and a 56 WRC plus.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, my point was I feel like he's interacted with the Jays media and kind of has or media fans, whatever, and kind of has a leg to stand on with that comment. And I really don't disagree with him.
No, I'm kind of like, he has some insider knowledge on interacting with our fan base. It's very clear. He's played here, even if it was only for, what did you say, 30 games, Connor?
Mhm.
Yeah.
30 games. Like you're here and you're gonna get the same stupid questions that a lot of the guys right now are gonna get. Do I think he needed to say it? Probably not. But it's probably
It
based
could have
on
been could have
experience.
been phrased better, but
Oh,
yes.
absolutely. But there's obviously something that he's experienced in his time here that has led him to where he is right now that has him asking this question. I think obviously David Schneider handled it with class and knows how to interview already, which is super cool.
Also, as we said this before I started recording, David Schneider, just keep the beard.
No,
Yeah.
go back to the mustache.
I think mustache for baseball season was great,
Yeah.
but the beard is a good look for the man. Great look.
We also touched on this before the podcast, but apparently Bo was on Blair and Barker and they're still asking him about Barrios. So
yes,
stupid questions being asked. Like the season is well over. We're almost into next season. So like move on.
mm-hmm.
Like he's not wrong. No, I was gonna say respectfully, not even respectfully. We have some dumb writers in Toronto.
I think to be fair, they probably hadn't talked to Bo since then and
No.
maybe wanted to get a quote of his opinion, but it is just
Bo gets like one media appearance in the offseason.
I don't think anybody's talked to Bo since the season ended.
Bo is a goddamn ghost after the season.
He showed up at UFC 297 and that was a miracle. But there's a lot of people that I just won't bother naming because it's not worth it. That just every time you hear them speak, you're like, why, man? And there's a lot of people in Toronto, not necessarily just the fans, but the media too, that are gonna ask dumb questions like that, and it's gonna happen. Obviously, every city has it. Yeah, we just have a few.
There was one guy that Jay's Twitter basically bullied off of being the sideline reporter for the Jays.
Yeah. Well, it's happened with pretty much all of them at this point.
Yeah.
Nobody
Nate is very confused.
I'm not sure who you're talking about.
Nate, his name is it rhymes with Mamash Sedani. So Jay's Twitter bullied that man off of being the sideline reporter.
Barry Davis before him.
Like
it's not like I don't know, man. It happens. It's just I think this whole thing gets blown up a little bit more because of the whole conversation that happened with
Ohtani.
Yeah. I was trying to think. John Heyman is who I was looking for.
John Heyman, yes. But the Shohei Ohtani stuff.
Yeah. And I think if that all doesn't go down, then the one little comment from Erik Kratz is just like, yeah, whatever, bro. Like, it is what it is. But because of everything that got said before, it's just like you're adding onto the pile and people are already frustrated.
Something that
I just it makes us look like weak and small though. Like you're letting such little things bother you. The Heyman one was a very ignorant and stupid argument. Like what he's saying, but this is just like whatever, man. He played for other teams. If he's interviewing someone else on a team he played for, maybe he's saying their media asks stupid questions. Like it's
like as far as I think like Brian Hayes on Overdrive brought it up a couple times. Toronto in general, I think, as far as like major sports cities, top 5 most insecure.
Sure.
Like, it's because we're like typically the one Canadian team. We have to defend all of our stuff. The USA media doesn't like coming up here or talking about any of us. Like a prime example of this is going
Raptors on right fans.
Now. Fucking thank you. Like the prime example, like for people that don't watch the Raptors, OG Anunoby just got traded. OG Anunoby, one of the best defenders in the league, never got any type of recognition. People are like, yeah, he's a good defender. But the second he gets to New York, it's, oh my God, this man is a godsend. Give him all of the awards. And he's been there like a month, maybe. So that's just Toronto. And that's why people were like, if we get Shohei, we can finally not be insecure anymore. And it's like, no, you were still gonna be. Yeah. Like
the whole thing. I think most of it stems from Leaf fans. I think Leaf fans are very insecure because that team has made them very insecure.
They've won 1 round in literally pretty much my lifetime.
They've won 3 rounds and 1 playoff once. They were talking about this on Chicklets today.
Yeah.
And it was they
was the last year.
The first round was 1-1, but they scored more goals, so they won that round because it was obviously a 2-game round. The second round was 1-0-1, I think, and then they won by goals again, and then they won the next one 2-0.
This is the year they won the cup. Yeah, the last year they won the cup.
I'm pretty sure.
This is like 34.
Oh Jesus! But like.
It's the thing with Erik Kratz's statement is that if it wasn't true, you wouldn't get worked up about it.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing.
Because you wouldn't think anything of it. It's just, I don't know. It sucks. Some people tried to blow it up and try and make it more than it was, I think. There was a handful of accounts that were really trying to run with it as if it actually meant something. But in the grand scheme of things, like, Who cares about Erik Kratz, man?
In the grand scheme of things, you're proving his point.
Yeah, that's
Like,
exactly what happened there. Like, I don't care what Erik Kratz has to say about Toronto. It just doesn't really matter. There's a lot of former guys that played 30 games here that their opinion really doesn't matter. There's a lot of guys that played like 600 games that don't really matter.
I was gonna say, you think Paul DeYoung likes Toronto?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. It's just dumb. I don't know why people got so worked up. I kind of want to switch off the Jays just for a second to stay on this topic. But speaking of people getting worked up, Anthony Rendon was on another podcast.
Oh, God.
Anthony Rendon, noted baseball fan, was asked what he thinks should be changed in the game.
it's a loose definition of the word fan, by the way.
Very loose. No. Now, Anthony Rendon does not like baseball. That's established. We know that. And that's fine. I don't think you have to love baseball to be a Major League Baseball player.
No.
I think if I was gifted with 7 feet of height and an all-world ability to play basketball, I probably would have done that. But I don't really love basketball. It's just a way to make a shit ton of money for it. Same with Anthony Rendon. Anthony Rendon found a way to make hundreds of millions of dollars, and that's what he's doing.
He's the ninth highest contract in MLB history.
Fantastic. Good for him, man.
Like,
He was asked what would be changed about this, or what he would change about the sport of baseball, or the major leagues, or the game of baseball in general. Either way, he said they need to make the season shorter. And that's kind of the worst part, is taking that part out of context, because if you actually listen to it, and I would suggest actually going to listen to the full clip, but he goes, people aren't gonna like this one because it's a very Anthony Rendon answer. He goes, I'm gonna be a little tongue in cheek, and then he says, I think this thing needs to be shorter. I can almost guarantee you there's 600 players in the majors, something along those lines.
mm-hmm.
If you ask the question about shortening the season, what number of them do you think are going to say the exact same thing as Anthony Rendon?
Like 70.
I think it's more than that.
I would say there's about 450 that would also say, yeah, I think we should shorten the season.
I think there's a lot of fans that would agree too. Like 162 games is
It's a lot.
one of the hardest things to follow in sports.
Yeah, you're not
I don't
watching
even think
every
one
game.
of. I think it is you're not. I don't disagree with him. It is never going to happen because the owners love their revenue. There'd have to be, like, salaries would get cut probably, or they'd do something weird with it, like it, and then they'd have to up ticket prices. Like it'd be a whole to do where they end up making it way better than they should have. But
yeah.
I don't disagree.
It is the perfect case of, okay, message is cool. Not you though.
Not from who it came.
You can't do that.
I commend Anthony Rendon for it, though. You know what? He had the balls to say it, knowing full well what was going to happen.
Well, yeah, he had the balls to say that, but no questions today, no habla inglés.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the interesting part was, like, Papelbon fired back at him.
Oh yeah,
and said he doesn't like baseball, which
saying
he doesn't like baseball is a lot different than, like, saying he's just doing it for the paycheck.
I'm pretty sure he has straight up said he doesn't like baseball.
Yeah, that's wild. But anyways,
which is fine.
That's what I'm saying. He played with him in Washington when he was good. That was kind of what I was getting to. Which kind of makes it crazy.
If he didn't care, if he hated baseball when he was good,
do you think Nats fans in 2019 gave a shit if Anthony Rendon liked baseball?
No, because he was one of the best third basemen in baseball.
Yeah.
He was
the only reason it matters now is because he sucks.
He was the best hitter on a World Series winning team. You could make the argument, other than like Juan Soto, but like
I don't think there's an argument. I think he was top 3 MVP votes that year.
Yeah, like he's
like Soto is Soto now, but Soto wasn't as much of Soto then as he is now.
Yeah. Small side note: didn't realize that Juan Soto and Bryce Harper played together.
Yeah, Soto came up the end of that year
in 18. And Harper's last year. It was side note though.
That's why they didn't really care if they lost Harper, because they had Soto coming out.
Yeah. But
Can you imagine that team now?
we don't need to get into that because it's just like think of all the people that
Or
get
Like today,
other than Rendon.
well, they'd also have Patrick Corbin,
Well, yeah,
Steven
you could
Strasburg,
change that.
Max Scherzer.
You'd still have
Who was the closer? Howie Kendrick,
Sean Doolittle?
Daniel
Sean
Hudson,
Doolittle, Daniel Hudson,
former Blue Jay,
uh, Howie Kendrick, and who is
I
Howie
don't think it
Kendrick's
matters.
buddy?
with Adam Eaton.
Yeah, no, they're
Ryan Zimmerman.
Gerardo Parra.
Gerardo Parra was a dog.
Victor Robles,
Yes, but we're talking about
Never
today.
say a bad thing about Gerardo Parra.
We're talking about today.
baby.
Well, obviously, you make some moves to that one.
I
But,
mean,
like,
I feel like you're. Did we not even mention Trey Turner?
Trey Turner. No,
I was listing
he
the ones that
strategically
wouldn't be
avoided Trey
great.
Turner for that reason. It wasn't like he'd forgot.
I didn't list Harper. I didn't list any good players. I was pointing out the fact that they would have no rotation or bullpen mainly.
That's fine. They don't need it.
I mean,
I just think the Harper, Trey, and Soto combination would just be so fun. It's a shame we never really got it.
And Anthony Rendon.
you got half a season out of it, but that was it.
We don't need Rendon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
But Anthony Rendon.
shout out to Anthony Rendon. I think that's hilarious. Good for him.
Yeah.
I'm with Anthony Rendon on this. Sorry.
Feel bad
Not
for
the point. I do like 162 games.
I don't. We can all agree here. We don't like the Angels, but fuck, Angels fans have been going through it.
I could care less. I was actually wearing an Angels hat before this podcast.
Yeah, I don't hate the idea of the Angels. It's just like
I like Angels fans. They seem like good
I was
people.
gonna say you can hate Artie Moreno. I don't know why you need to hate the Angels.
I hate the franchise. I just hate the franchise.
I'm not going that far, but like, dude,
I think we've been over this so many times.
We have, but the Angels fans have gone through the ringer this offseason. And I like Ron Washington too, and you're making him do this. He's the manager for this bullshit.
Sure.
Yeah.
My hate runs deep for that team, and no, I'm not here for it. We can come back to the Jays.
You know whose hate also runs deep? This fan base for Alek Manoah sometimes.
Yeah. However, there was a
colon
post that blew up yesterday, the day before.
It was yesterday.
I think it was Blue Jays today.
Yeah.
They posted a picture that he posted on his Instagram of him working out, and I gotta be honest, I don't see a big difference.
Looks the same.
I don't know where.
It's hard to tell because he's wearing a baggy shirt and everything. I think he looked more muscular than he did on the mound.
Maybe. I've also heard a lot of other, like, apparently a lot of the other pictures he's posted on his story have made him look like exactly the same. So I don't know.
I appreciate Alek Manoah and Nate going to the same barber. He's rocking that goddamn.
Does he go to
mullet
worst
mohawk
choice?
or whatever the fuck name is?
It's great.
I think we need to stop making so much of anybody's fitness journey in the off season.
I really don't care what you look like.
No.
Man, just be good.
If he's been working out all off season, he could come in the exact same weight and look the exact same. He's theoretically he should be healthier and have better stamina and everything. That's what I care about.
I don't care if you can
be more
deadlift 800 pounds.
Be more repeatable.
The problem I find with Manoah is his issue last year was he ran out of gas very quickly. If you're busting your ass the entire offseason and trying to do that now, where was your rest? He's just going to come straight back into it and away he goes. Chris Bassett was talking a couple weeks ago, I think it was, and he doesn't do shit. He does like maybe some gym stuff, but he doesn't throw a baseball from the time the season ends until like a couple weeks before spring training.
Well, Chris Bassett is also a weird
40 or 35.
That's what everyone used to do.
But that's what you should do.
You didn't see the arm injuries you're seeing today because kids are now being told by their travel ball coaches or whatever, oh, you gotta throw all winter. You gotta be throwing every day. No shit, guys are getting hurt. Do you know how much wear and tear that is in your arm?
In a year where you had some arm issues or your arm was fatigued or something, like maybe don't be throwing bullpens in January or maybe even earlier. I don't know when he started throwing. I just think some rest might have helped. So I'm not as excited
I'm
as it seems everybody else is.
I'm giving this guy the benefit of the doubt and
Mm,
thinking that he put his work in and did what the Jays want him to do.
sure.
And I don't think he would have done this if he thought the issue was getting tired out and this was going to wear him down more.
Maybe.
I'm I'm hoping he's smarter than that.
This he could easily make me eat these words. So it doesn't I don't know. I hope what he's doing works and he comes back to even close to the form he was before. But it just concerns me a little bit. And I'm not all that excited by his workout progress, if I'm being honest.
Fuck him being good. Just don't be a baby about being shit, please.
Yeah,
Like that's all I ask.
That too.
Like,
what else did you add in here, Connor? I haven't actually looked at any of this.
I mean, literally, there was an article that was brought up about the Jays bullpen flexibility kind of dwindling very quickly
Huh?
because
Yeah.
because they did sign Yariel Rodriguez, and it does mean that a bunch of guys that they have like minimal to no options, like in a pretty kind of full bullpen of people that you want, of people that you know you're going to have, and people that potentially will come up and should be approaching major league level. And it's now a decision because the Ariel Rodriguez signing made it a lot more apparent.
Right.
I don't care. I don't think any of these guys really matter. You're talking about Mitch White, you're talking about Trevor Richards, you're talking about Nate maybe has one left. Like it's fringe guys that you're using as depth, and that's fucking if Yosfer Zulueta can't do that this year, then get him out of here because then what is he serving? Or Danner or like whoever. What's his name that started for us a bit and was a long guy at the end of the year?
Bowden Francis.
Yeah. Like
I think Bowden's got some stuff. I think he could still.
No, but I'm saying that's what his role is, to be the guy who's your taxi guy. You still have Zach Pop who has options. Like you have guys who have options. You can package a couple of these guys together and get a prospect or get a bench player. Like I just don't care.
Yeah.
Am I completely off base in saying this is kind of unrelated to what you're talking about, but in saying that this bullpen is a little bit overrated going into the regular season?
Fine, overrated.
Where people are mostly Jays fans are talking about how this bullpen could be like top 3, top 5 in baseball.
I mean,
saw projected WAR, and I think they were top 5. I forget what they were.
Weren't they like top 5 last year?
Yes, with a historic season from Tim Meza that I don't think you're going to see again. A Jordan Hicks near the end of the year that figured it out for the most point. A Genesis Cabrera who maybe he does it again, but like the guy got DFA'd for a reason.
Because the Cardinals can't develop pitching.
Right.
That was more he didn't like the role the organization was going to give him going forward, and he wanted out, and they technically DFA'd him, but it was like to trade him.
But it's not like they did it because he wasn't great.
Okay.
No.
And
if they fall from like a top 5 to a top 10,
no, that's fine. I think that's probably where you're sitting.
You had Jordan Romano at the end of the year who did not look amazing.
No.
So you've got that going with this year.
You also had that shit month of like Anthony Bass, because I forgot that was a thing this year.
Yeah.
Like Trevor
Zach Pop sucked for a while.
Zach Pop sucked. Trevor Richards was good for like a month.
Well, that's the other thing too, though, is you have to Trevor Richards was a lot of the reason why the bullpen was good in the middle of the year. I don't think Trevor Richards is good.
Trevor Richards was starting those games.
Yeah, he did start
during his good months. He opened during his
but he wasn't technically in the bullpen.
Yeah, his stats didn't count for the bullpen.
But like you look at the back end, you've got Romano, Swanson, Chad Green.
I have no question marks in Romano and Swanson. I think those are the two that you can count.
Jimmy, whatever you want to say about him, he still can pitch in leverage.
Yeah.
I think you can take Chad Green.
I have a lot of question marks.
I think Meza, the way he pitched last year, slots back in there. And he threw well the year before that too. Like it's not like it's just a 1-year blip.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could have a solid. I don't think you've got like who's your guy that you're like, we have to get this guy in when we're up three or down three. Like we can't pitch him otherwise. I don't know if you have that guy this year.
Trevor
If
Richards,
Richards,
if he makes the
I
team.
was gonna say if Richards and White don't make the team.
It could be Jimmy, depending on how he bounce backs. Bounce backs.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But like Jimmy can also pitch and leverage for you when
Mm-hmm.
he's on. Like that, that's not really what I'm talking about. Like I'm saying, guy you really don't trust. Like even
And
Richards last year, they trusted
yeah,
plenty.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking at Chad Green. He finished the year with like a. Granted, these numbers aren't great. It was a 5.25, but if you
Jimmy?
remember, no, Chad Green.
Oh, there's a Jimmy for a sec.
But if you remember his debut, he
It's
gave
bad.
up 4 runs in 2/3 of an inning.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it's not much better. It's 11 games. It's
Yeah.
11 and a third. It's 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 16 walks or 16 strikeouts, 4 walks.
The
It's a
four
four.
walks is promising.
It's a 4.7 ERA, a FIP of 2.64, and
Okay.
he was giving up an OPS of 5.59. So,
Okay.
like,
I hope that Chad Green works out, and I want him to succeed. I have question marks there, and that's kind of he's your third reliever right now.
I think worst case he's real. He's a middle of the pen guy,
yeah,
Sure.
and best case he's your eighth inning guy.
yeah.
Right, but the problem I see is I think they have a lot of guys like that. He's like you're kind of relying on everything to click on a
Don't
lot
think
of
you
like they
are. I
don't
think
have
that
who's a reliever in the pen outside of Jordan Romano that you can consistently count on year in and year out.
Swanson.
Swanson seems to be.
Okay,
Mesa. Granted, he's not going to have a legendary goddamn 1-5
Swanson's
season.
not, or sorry, Mesa's not pitching. If there's three righties coming up, he's not throwing.
Okay, obviously, but like
That's kind of like that's going to be your second best reliever at that point, and that's what scares me.
I don't think he's your second best. I think it's Swanson. And then I think you go. You're telling me you don't believe that one of Jimmy, Green,
Cabrera
Richards,
Hmm.
Cabrera
has
has a great season that they could pitch the seventh inning for you?
I hope they do.
You're telling me you don't believe one of what did I list
20,
four guys couldn't do that for you? One of
2022
them.
Jimmy
One
is
of
still
them.
in
Possible,
there. 2022 Jimmy is
likely,
amazing.
sure, yeah,
He's still in there. Like,
yeah. You hope.
And honestly, like Jimmy, I don't think was he did have his rough stretches last year, but I don't think he was
He
that
had
bad.
great stretches and really bad stretches.
He
He
finished
missed the
okay.
start of spring training. He missed spring training because he was at WBC, and I don't think that helped him. If I
No.
remember what correctly, he did not come out of the gate well.
No,
Yeah, he finished with a 409, but like
he'll be better.
I'm really not worried about it. I don't.
yeah,
I think it has the potential. It could be a top three or top five, but I think worst case we're a middle of the pack bullpen,
Yeah. Okay.
and then you've got options like Rodriguez, potentially Tiedemann.
Danner,
Like you've still
Cook.
got Pop, Danner. Like
I can
there's
see it.
guys.
There's a road where everything goes well and it's a top five, top three bullpen, but I
You
think
also
there's
said
also a lot of question marks in the bullpen.
you also said at the start of last year Nate Pearson was going to be saving games or the setup
Yeah.
man. Which one?
He said it was
Yeah,
Nate Pearson
he's
was gonna be the
gone.
setup man.
He's
Technically, he did set up a game, so
I
yes,
was
took
right.
a moral
I know.
victory.
I was
But
right.
anyways, what I'm saying is that guy's still in there.
That's the biggest question mark, though.
Yeah.
And
There's just
at this point, he's not in your bullpen. So why does it
No.
matter?
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think he's the biggest question mark in the bullpen. I just think that question mark is massive.
Also,
Yeah.
To me, it's just, I don't feel comfortable with almost anyone. I feel comfortable that Jordan
that's
Romano's
just
still
the
going to be an elite
bullpen,
closer.
though.
Did you feel comfortable with the bullpen going into last year?
No,
When was the last time you felt comfortable with a Blue Jays bullpen?
Like
never.
16.
I don't think I ever have.
I think
Maybe
just
16. 16, I
This is
might have.
16. Going into 16. Like
I might have.
I don't know. This is just a non-story to me.
yeah. Also, Jimmy Garcia, terrible home run splits. Got it in 37 games at home. He has a 2.65, and in 36 games on the road, he has a 5.63.
So just don't let him pitch on the road. Simple.
Like,
All right. Matt Haig.
Matt Haig, assistant associate regional manager to the hitting coach.
No, he has an actual role, isn't he? No, what is he?
I think he's the
He's an
associate
hitting
assistant
coach.
hitting coach.
Okay.
Essentially, he was basically just like, he just said, I don't want to fill their brains with bullshit and just make them do the things. If he please, just tell George Springer fucking pull balls, please, just pull them. Like, tell Vlad to fuck off and just hit tanks. Like,
Davis Schneider said it himself, though. That is just his style of hitting coach. Is just like, I'm not going to mess with you unless you want it.
I
He
like
goes, your swing is your swing. I'm not going to change anything. If you need my help, I'm here.
and he did
I'm
that with.
pretty sure it was FT I was listening to, and they were talking about hitting coaches nowadays, and they're like, "Oh, you need to like increase your launch angle from like 12% to 18% to hit more home runs." Blah 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 blah. And I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been AJ. It was like, you need to just tell guys what to do because they don't. How do you do that?
No. Sounds like a great
Behind the
idea.
baseball more. Like, don't drop your shoulder. Whatever you want to say to get, whatever you need to say to guys to correct it, but just stop giving them just numbers and actually give them information.
Directions.
And an example, it did come up in the article. It was with Ernie Clement, and Clement knew he needed help not in making contact, but with making better contact and connecting with balls at better angles. Haig suggested some specific drills along with targeted flip and tee work. Clement bought in, and before long, an improved swing path generated better results. Simple shit. And it clearly worked because Ernie Clement was fairly decent with the Jays last year. Like,
yeah.
Analytics all works good. And it works for some people, but I think it's just you're overloading guys with shit that you don't need to. Just simple it. And that's why I think it makes sense having guys who played the game as hitting coaches.
Granted.
And now we've got two.
Granted, Matt Haig wasn't great, but
he still played the game.
He still played the game.
That doesn't mean like Wayne Gretzky wasn't a good hockey coach.
Sure.
What the hell's the? I keep forgetting the guy from last year. The only guy that got let go.
Dave Hudgens.
Did he play the game?
I don't know. But I'm saying now you've got Haig and Mattingly.
We've also got the associate to the regional manager.
I don't know if he's a hitting coach.
Is DeMarlo Hale? You mean?
Yes.
Mattingly's not even the hitting coach.
No, it's still Guillermo.
Still Guillermo.
It's still Guillermo.
Yes, I know, but he's like
Mattingly's the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean? I think that's going to be a problem.
More of a hitting role. No, it means you've got three different guys you can go to that are going to bring you three different perspectives.
And I think that's a problem.
I know. I don't think it is at all. I think certain guys get along with certain guys better. Like maybe Guillermo's more analytics driven. So maybe there's 3 or 4 guys that will respond better to analytical stuff.
Right.
Matt Haig had success with these younger guys from AAA. Maybe he takes them and maybe Mattingly can
talk
with
George
Vlad about approach and George or whoever. I think it's perfectly fine.
In a perfect world, it works that way. But we did just talk about trying to dumb it down and make it simple. And I don't know if having 3 guys is doing that.
Pretty sure we had 3 guys last year.
And look how well that turned out.
No, but like we had 3 guys and the year before that too.
No, like it's it's not just one season. Like every team has multiple guys for this reason.
Okay. I just don't love it. I don't love that they're all kind of just different titles for the same role.
That's baseball though. Like that now.
Sucks.
Every home opener you get like there's a reason there's 70 guys that's on the line before you even get to the players. Like
yeah.
You have a bullpen coach, you have a pitching coach, you have an assistant pitching coach, you have probably an assistant bullpen coach. Like you
have 3 bullpen catchers.
Yeah.
2 bullpen catchers? 2.
I don't know who's got the 3-barrel bullpen that you're looking at, but
I think just in case one guy's tired.
Is that legal?
You run it down.
Do that?
No.
Like, can you like?
Maybe. There's like
Is that a
hidden bullpen
that's just like a universal rule? It's like it's not actually in the rule book that you need only 2 bullpen like mounds and like plates.
Someone's just putting in 4 mounds in the one bullpen just because the new Rogers Center is going to have that. I don't know.
Never know.
I got a question, podcast related. Where are we in head to head? Who's taking on Nate?
I
Are
think
we
it's
doing
me.
another head-to-head this week?
Do we
It's
have
me.
time?
I mean, we've been going for a little bit, but we don't have to. And there's a lot of the stuff we haven't even gotten to like the one thing you guys wanted to bitch about.
Let's save it
But
for the end.
Yeah, I like that idea.
okay,
I have a thought. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it work, so I will look
What is
into it
it?
while we talk.
okay,
I just got to make sure.
all right.
Well,
So
what is it? I'm not going to
No,
Google it.
no, I'll tell you after because
okay,
I'm not sure how to make it work yet.
so we're going to Nate. Nate, just run with it because
Nate,
it's clearly
run us
your
up.
topic.
Oh, I think we should say a quick congrats to the four gentlemen that got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Four?
Yeah, Leland, but that was a while ago.
Oh, okay.
For anyone who missed it, Jim Leland got in. I don't know when that was through the Veterans Committee.
Yes.
Adrian Beltre and Joe Mauer both in their first year, and Todd Helton. I don't know. He's been on the ballot for a few years. I don't know how many.
Todd Helton is his 6th year.
I think like good for all of them,
Yeah.
all well deserving.
Mm-hmm.
They're all Hall of Famers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, sad shout out to only on the ballot one time in his career, Jose Bautista. He was 1.8%. So.
It's a shame that he wasn't good for the first
in his 20s,
60% of his career because
for the first decade of his career.
The last 40 was a Hall of Fame career, man. It's just the first 60 sucked.
So yes, Beltre got in with the highest amount at 95%. Then Helton got in with 79.7, and Maurer got in with 76.1.
So
is, if you break it down, is 5 votes. He got in by like 5 votes.
I think this is fun. This is kind of the first year I remember. It's like guys we watched, like I guess Jeter and whatnot.
But
a couple years ago.
Yeah, but we kind of
like,
missed the prime Jeter.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Like we got the tail end of Jeter. I mean, we were alive for prime Jeter, but like
we didn't.
I don't really remember watching a lot of baseball in like 1999.
I was there when I was watching baseball when Joe Mauer was on MLB The Show back-to-back years.
Exactly. I had that game.
Which the fact that someone got back-to-back years.
Yeah.
And it's him of all people. But yeah, like Nate, what did you want to bitch about?
My thing is, like, I can't say I watched much, if any, Todd Helton in his career, but the other two, watching them throughout their career, it never screamed Hall of Famer to me. Like Joe Mauer was very good, and I think Adrian Beltre was very underrated, but he never screamed Hall of Famer to me. His first All-Star season was at 31.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I think he played until he was in his 40s. And that's when he started apparently getting more pop and whatnot. But like, I don't know the Gold Glove numbers, but I think it's over 10 or something. Like it's something stupid. Is it? Oh, it's 5. Okay,
5, 2
I was
Gold
off.
Gloves.
Okay, but anyways, amazing defense, 3,000 hits. How many home runs is it?
477.
Almost 500 home runs. Amazing baseball player. Well deserving.
819 career OPS.
That's kind of the part that I like squint out a little bit. Like, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, what your opinion is, but he just never screamed Hall of Famer to me watching him.
I mean, like, eye test? No, but like when you actually like go back and look at the numbers.
Oh yeah, numbers wise, 100%.
Numbers fucking scream Hall of Fame.
100%.
Like,
I'm just saying, eye test watching him, and it just wasn't ever something. I don't know.
Sorry, did you say Beltre or Mauer? I kind of lost you for a second.
Talking about Beltre.
Like, growing up watching Adrian Beltre, no, I think you're absolutely right. There was no point in time where I'm like, this guy is a Hall of Fame level baseball player.
But then when you like,
but realistically though,
when you zoom out, it's like,
oh yeah, 100% is 100% well deserving. Like,
I think his career stats are there.
Well, he's got 3,000 hits. That's pretty. I'm pretty sure all but one of those guys are in.
Yeah.
470 some odd homers. You just said with 3,000 hits. Like it.
He has the most hits among third basemen of all time.
Career 93.5 WAR.
I think when he retired, he had the most of non-American born players of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
He was the first Dominican player to get 3,000 hits.
Yep.
Just MLB, right? I'm assuming, not professional, because I would assume Ichiro has more.
Oh yeah. He
Yeah.
also retired after.
Oh, right.
Um, I
I'm no,
believe.
I see your point there. I don't even really think his stats jump off the board for the totals.
Are you looking at it right now?
I'm pulling it up now.
You got to remember, this is over
How many
21 seasons.
how
Like,
many MVP votes did he get? No, 20. That's the thing. Like
like
he had an amazing career.
He
And
compiled a lot of stats.
yeah, but he is a case of the compiler who was never like the best player in
he.
the league.
Okay, let's
He
see.
he actually finished MVP. He finished second in MVP in 04.
Yeah, finished third
He
in
finished
2012.
ninth in 2010, 15th in 2011, third in 2012, seventh in 2013, 15 in 24, 7 and 15, 7 and 16.
So
He
six
was
top tens.
a
Oh,
four-time
that
All-Star.
but but like, that is crazy to me.
Only 4 times.
Four-time All-Star. He was
Like,
a four-time Silver Slugger.
yeah, his first All Star season didn't. Wait.
31.
He wasn't an All Star in the year that he was second in MVP voting.
No.
He finished with 48 home runs and 121 RBI. He had a OPS
Yeah,
over,
but
over 1,000.
That's
Yeah.
nasty.
Anyways, I wasn't trying to tear down Beltre's
No.
case, whatever. I think it's
No,
I think it speaks to a point on what this ballot is, because I think not that long ago, Adrian Beltre's career wouldn't have excited me enough to make him a first ballot Hall of Famer.
3,000 hits. That would have got him first ballot no matter what.
You think first ballot?
3,000 hits, yeah.
What did he get percentage wise, Connor? Do you have that in front of you?
Yes,
95.
It was 95.1%.
So. He led the league in home runs once, doubles once, and hits once.
I understand that's kind of what I was saying, but
That's
it's
it.
the fact that he was a very good player for the majority of 21 seasons.
Yeah. But it's not the Hall of Very Good.
That's kind of my gripe with Hall of Fame right now.
This is I don't want to say this is the worst class we've seen, because it's not, but it's the worst ballot I think we've seen in a long time.
Harold Baines is a Hall of Famer, so like we can.
Yeah, but he was a different situation. He was the fucking old people vote. I don't even know what it's called, but like the
Veterans Committee.
Yeah, thank you. That's the one. It's the same thing. I'm kind of with you here. Like, there was no season where I'm like, yeah, Adrian Beltre, future Hall of Famer.
It's also weird because a lot of the guys that are like on the list and you say, yeah, no shit, Hall of Fame, they're not getting votes.
No. Well,
for
there's very many reasons for a lot.
Very many reasons why some of those guys aren't getting votes. But like, as much as we don't like him, Alex Rodriguez is a fucking Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like,
Alex Rodriguez's career blows Adrian Beltre out of the water.
See, you're not wrong by any means.
But it's also just
the issue I have is you got caught, you got suspended,
and then got caught again.
Well, not even that, but you got caught and you got suspended. Like, you broke the rules. The other guys who were linked to steroids, it technically wasn't a rule. It was an unwritten rule, kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a written rule. They weren't testing for it.
Your berries,
the whole
your
league could have been on.
Like, yeah.
I have issues with the guys who knowingly broke the rules after they were in place.
Did Manny get caught? Yeah.
More times than anyone else in baseball history, I think, right? He got.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's between him and A-Rod.
No.
Because I know he got 100.
It's a reliever. It's a reliever.
Oh, what's his name? The Mets guy.
Is it Familia?
Or the other one?
No.
No, it's not
Familia.
It's the other guy. It's the two of them. They're like...
They sound the same.
They were good at the same time, both Latin American guys.
You're right. It was him. But Manny was close.
Manny was 2, I believe.
I'll just look up MLB lifetime bans because he's one of them, right?
Yeah.
There's 24 people. That'd be a fun head-to-head.
That's
There's
what I
no
was
way
just
we'd
thinking.
get
That's a
all
fun.
24 of those. Although, oh yeah, the entire Chicago Blackhawks or
Yeah, I was gonna
Black
say all
Sox
8 of
team.
them.
Jesus. Yeah. Joe Gooden. What order is this in? I want to go. It doesn't say. Fuck. Who the hell's Chris Correa? John Coppola? Henry Mejia. Or
Yeah,
Henry
Henry
Mejia. That's who it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the difference, I we talked about it a lot last night, so I don't have a ton of points left to make. But the difference between Adrian Beltre's career and Joe Mauer's career is that I think there was a point in time in Joe Mauer's career where he was legitimately one of the best catchers we've ever seen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
I don't
point
dispute
in
that.
Adrian Beltre's career where that was a thing.
I think he was
Is he the
no,
best defensive third baseman we've ever seen?
No.
no.
Is he top five?
You can make the argument.
I don't even know
I
if he was
don't
top
know. How
five
many have
in
we
his last
seen?
year. What's that?
Like the ones who were legitimately great, we haven't seen. So I don't. It's not a. I don't know. It's not a perfect argument, but I
I don't
understand where
know
you're
if
coming from.
I
I
don't know
understand
if
where you're
he's
coming
top
from.
five of third
Joe
baseman that we've
Mauer's
seen.
peak was some of the best catcher seasons we have ever seen and may never see again.
Mm-hmm.
My issue with Joe Mauer and being a first ballot Hall of Famer is the fact that essentially half of that career was as a catcher. The other half
Right.
was as a first baseman and DH.
Yeah.
Granted, the better part of his career was at a catcher. That
Yeah.
doesn't really matter to me when the fact he is sitting on the Hall of Fame ballot at 40 years old. He got elected into the Hall of Fame at 40 years old.
Right.
So he played, what is it, 6 years after he retired, I believe?
Yeah.
Or five? So either way, he played until he was 34 or 35.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And he was elite for those couple seasons in the middle there.
For six of them.
Handful. Six? Okay.
6 of them.
For six of them. But like I don't know, he didn't have the longevity for me to be first ballot. And the fact that it was six and maybe if it was like I don't know how many years his career was, but if he had a 14-year career and it was 8 or 9 of them, 15
Mhm.
year, maybe if it was 8 or 9 of those 15 were that elite, then yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
But and it's the fact that those stats are amazing as a catcher,
Mhm.
but when half of your career was spent as a first baseman in DH and you don't have 150 career home runs
Mhm.
and you have an OPS of 825, I believe. Okay,
He didn't
827.
compile the career numbers. Yes. That's like I'm here. I understand that point. And I
My
understand where you're
issue,
saying he didn't like
he
a
didn't
lot
do
of his
it
career
all
wasn't
as
as
a
a first
catcher.
baseman. Or was as a sorry.
Six of his 15 years, he didn't touch.
It was the last 6, right?
It was the last. It was like the final 6. He didn't catch.
Because he had no knees. He
And the
blew them
last
out. They were
couple,
done.
no, and he can't do anything about that. I don't.
No. But this is the only my counterpoint to that. I have another one on top of this, but he was as a catcher, strictly as a back catcher. Joe Mauer has the best
Don't ever
career
say
batting
that
average.
again.
Sorry. The best career average as a catcher.
That's fair.
Plain and simple. He is
Who's second in
also
that? Can
I
I
don't
just
I
ask?
didn't pull I cut off the list, so I'll look it up in a second. He also has the second best on base percentage behind Cochran. Billy Cochran was his first name.
No. Can I just make my point on the?
Mm-hmm.
I don't doubt it. Best batter. I would like to know where number 2 is
Yep.
and how many games they caught compared to him,
Okay.
because that has a huge impact. You
Sure.
look at those knees and power and
Sure.
Also,
And he's third in OPS behind Mike Piazza and this Cochran guy.
Mike Piazza also not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Right. I think that speaks more to the ballots that they were on. And was Piazza not a steroid guy?
Yes, he was. You're right.
Right. That doesn't help.
Also over half of Joe Mauer's career, OPS under 850.
Yeah.
Like-
That middle 8 years or the first 8 years or whatever it is, he also had like a 960 or something like that.
Oh, he was outstanding for most of his
Actually, I
career,
have
but
those numbers.
for me, I struggle with the longevity not being there.
Mhm.
If he did this, and even if more of it was as a DH and first baseman, but it was like a 20-year career, I think I'd feel a lot better about it.
Right.
But it's just how brief it felt, and he didn't really scare you when he wasn't catching. I don't like his offense went down. Like you
Right.
said, he had no
Well, he
means.
fell apart.
But
Like it, like I'm reading his stats now, and like I know you said he has under 150, but like reading it is Jesus.
he has like
Like
2,100 hits.
He also has
These
like a
these are
thousand
amazing.
games less than like
But what
a
did
lot
what
of
did we
guys.
just say about Adrian Beltre?
he was a compiler.
It's the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Very Good.
Well, I think that's
And
where
I
the
think
difference
Joe
is that
Mauer had
when
a
Joe
very
Mauer
good
was,
career.
for most of Joe Mauer's career, he was elite. There
don't
was
think you could
no
say
point in
most.
time. There was a good 4 year stretch where he was the best player at his position. Was there a 2 year stretch in baseball where Adrian Beltre was the best third baseman?
I mean, I think Adrian Beltre's peak, we weren't like
They
going
were
up
not.
to
They
pretty
weren't
long
blowing you out of the
distances.
water. I just don't think there wasn't a lot of time where Adrian
Did we
Beltre
not just
spent
say he hit 48 home runs with 102 RBI, 120 some odd
one
RBIs?
year.
Yes,
1 year.
that was in 2004. I was 3 years old. I clearly was not watching Adrian Beltre in fucking
No,
2004.
I'm just saying, like it. I don't know.
Yeah, like
My issue is just the length of it, man. Like it. Granted, he fell apart. Like he can't do anything about that.
No.
also,
My thing.
But for
Sorry,
how
Connor.
short his
no,
career
it's fine.
was compared to other guys, excuse me, in the Hall of Fame,
Mm,
The
it wasn't
numbers.
as elite as some of those other guys.
sure. At the end of the day, do you believe Joe Mauer is a Hall of Fame?
Even like the wait, sorry, before I answer the question, even the
Hmm?
awards don't look that great. Like
They do for the little amount he played.
okay, 15 seasons,
Hmm.
MVP,
Mhm.
6-time All Star, 3 Gold Gloves, 5 Silver Sluggers, 3 batting titles.
That's pretty good.
A third of his seasons, he was
But
a Silver Slugger.
Pretty
That's
good.
more
you
But
than
just
Beltre can
you
say.
did just argue he was the best at his position for X amount of years, and he only has 5 Silver Sluggers.
And 4 of them were in 5 years.
I don't remember. I'm just saying, as a
yeah, it
catcher,
he
you would
got
want if he's that good. The other competition, I don't know who it would have been during that time.
Yeah. He was
I would want more out
also
of it. If based on what you're arguing is what I'm saying. If you're saying he was that elite for that time period, I think he should have gotten more Silver Sluggers.
yeah, he got Silver Slugger in 06, 08, 09, 2010, and 2013.
so 2007. Who was the Silver Slugger?
Yeah, at catcher. And then
Silver
Probably Posada.
Sluggers. Ooh, that might check out.
it's just
2007.
it's so like
Why is that NL? Where's my
weird.
AL ones?
Like it's weird now because like
If I'm wrong, can you give me the team? I want to see if I can get or the
Yeah, I'm trying to
division.
figure. All I've got is NL in front of me. Why don't I?
I got it. I got it.
Do you? Okay.
AL in 2007? No, you're right. It was Jorge Posada.
Or
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Back to my question. At the end of the day, is he a Hall of Famer?
I still struggle a little bit with it,
First
honestly.
ballot?
That's not my question, Connor.
Okay.
End of the day, is he a Hall of Famer?
No, but I'm answering it that way. First ballot,
Yeah,
no.
I don't care about the ballot.
Probably
This is my
for
point.
Hall of Fame.
At the end of the day, is
I
he a Hall of
don't
Famer?
think he's enough of a slam dunk to get the amount of votes that he did in his first year. But
He only made it by 4.
I know,
But like,
and I'm honestly struggling on whether I vote for him or not, looking at the stats.
Okay.
But
My
guys, it doesn't get much better.
Yes.
My point being is if you believe he's a Hall of Famer, then I don't think it matters what ballot you get in. I think we put too much weight into what ballot guys get in.
I want to talk about this because yes, and this has made me absolutely hate this.
Have you guys before I continue, have you guys seen the eligible people next year?
It's bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna read
great.
them.
No, let's go.
A lot of former Jays though.
Let's wait. Let's wait. Because I have more I want to say on the way the voting works.
It's bad.
I think it's stupid that guys sit on the ballot for 15 years and they're like, it used to be 15.
Yeah.
You could sit on the ballot for 15 years and it's like, he wasn't a Hall of Famer. I'm not voting for him. And then they just slowly keep getting more support as they go.
I mean, Blue Jays.
If you weren't a Hall of Famer, you aren't a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Former Blue Jay Scott Rowland did that shit.
Scott Rowland got in his last year, right?
30, like he was at like 20s and 30s, and then the last year like 77. Like
I don't
They
I don't
don't
know.
love building support.
I'm starting to really dislike that.
Yeah.
I almost wish it was you got 1 year.
I
You
think
can
you
do
can increase the
2.
amount of people you can vote in. Like I think
I don't think you have a max. If you want to vote for
sure,
everyone on the card,
sure,
you can do that.
sure.
You get 1 year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then maybe there's 1 year in the Veterans Committee that they can look back at it. Maybe it's a 5 year gap before you're eligible for that or something like
Yeah,
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't think guys should be able to hang out on the ballot for so long.
My
And I
stance
don't
on
think because I think people would take it a lot more seriously. Like
Mhm.
you don't have 10 years to decide, do I think Alex Rodriguez is a Hall of Famer because of what he's done? Or
No,
Barry Bonds or whoever that is.
Mhm.
you don't get
Larry
time to
Walker,
forgive them.
Scott Rowland, Todd Helton, all these guys, Billy Wagner, just hanging out,
I
kind of
also like
growing a little bit. Like you're a Hall of Famer or you're not. Give them as many votes as they want, and
Yeah.
you actually have to make those votes count.
Mhm.
like yeah, I got just two things real quick. I like my stance on the Hall of Fame is done. It's like you didn't put fucking Barry or Roger or anybody in like that. Fuck off. I don't care anymore. But the second thing is, you give them 10 years. Yeah, the numbers aren't gonna fucking change. They're not
No,
playing.
no, you're right.
Like
The only thing that's changing is the public support.
exactly. Like the numbers. Like Barry. Like in the 10 years that
Scott
Barry was available, he wasn't gonna hit fucking 800 home runs. He wasn't gonna get to
Scott
800.
Rowland,
No.
Scott Rowland was on that ballot for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Larry Walker also on there for like 9 too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like
he was. I think he might have been his 10th.
yeah,
Either
he was a
way,
9 or 10 year
I'm
guy.
using Rowland as an
Yeah.
example. You're telling me that in those 10 years, there wasn't enough room on the ballot to get him on there. You needed to vote for 9 other guys ahead
Yeah.
of him and then decide
10 other
later on.
guys ahead of him.
Yeah, sorry, 10.
Mm-hmm.
You needed to vote for those 10 other guys ahead of him. What's the most we've gotten on recently? Like 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Is big classes.
4 is
like,
a lot. Like that's a lot of guys to get on. 3 was a little surprising this year.
it's just
Yeah.
don't give them a number. Like,
most years
and if people, you also need to fucking monitor the shit better. But I don't think people should be given shit for not voting. I don't, I, if there's not a Hall of Famer on the list, don't just vote to vote.
Yeah.
If you didn't think Adrian Beltre was a Hall of Famer, don't vote for him.
I mean, dude, people
I think
like,
you're an idiot because he has 3,000 hits.
wasn't the first like ever unanimous Derek Jeter?
No, it was Mo.
Mo.
It was Mo or
Jeter
Derek,
wasn't. Jeter wasn't unanimous.
But like
Missed by 1.
just think of all the people that were great that weren't before that. That's all you need to know about the Hall of Fame.
Griffey was unanimous.
Griffey was not
No.
unanimous.
He was
like
missed by-
90. He was like 97%.
Did he
Neither
miss
was
by
Ripken.
1?
Neither was Ripken. Like
There was one more unanimous one. Who was it?
No,
Mo
it was
and
Mo.
Just Mo?
I think it was Mo. No, it was Mo.
Jeter missed by 1.
Yeah.
Mo got it.
Is Mo the only one?
Who's been since?
I don't know why I thought it was Griffey, but
He's still the one and only. Mo is still the
Huh.
one.
But like, also, if we're sitting here and my comparison is relievers don't get a lot of love.
mm-hmm.
I think that's partially fair. They don't play the same amount of games or make the same contribution as everyone else. You know who else doesn't? That also seems to get love? DHs.
Yeah.
They play half the sport.
Yeah, but they play all the games.
But they're
You can make the argument that the
sport.
closer does a ninth
No,
of the
I
pitching job.
understand. I do understand. But they're 2 positions you need to win a championship or be a successful team.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't realize how petty. I looked up like the highest voting percentages ever.
Mhm.
The amount of petty shit in here is ridiculous.
yeah,
Hank Aaron, 97%. 9 people didn't vote for Hank Aaron.
yeah, because they used to believe you shouldn't be unanimous. Like it's just stupid.
Cal Ripken, 8 people didn't vote for Cal Ripken. 6 people didn't vote for Nolan Ryan. 5 people didn't vote for Tom Seaver. 3 people didn't vote for Griffey. Like
3, okay.
1 person didn't vote for Jeter. Like it's
Who were the 3 idiots that didn't vote for Ken Griffey Jr.?
you know what their reasoning would have been? He didn't stay healthy enough.
Yeah.
It's like fuck you.
I'm just gonna go on a limb and say that maybe shouldn't have been the one out of all those that you picked, but okay.
No, but I mean 3.
Like,
you were 3
people,
guys.
9 guys didn't think Hank Aaron was a
Yeah,
Hall of
that's
Famer.
way worse.
Yeah,
but
9 is worse.
they're all the ones that did that are dead now. So
13 people didn't think Tony Gwynn was a Hall of Famer. Like
I don't know.
Okay,
It's
but
it's it something needs to change, and I don't know how you do it,
I
but
do. I think you're on the right track with just taking the cap off, having 1 year.
also, yeah, can we get into the 12 new guys
can I
and how
pause
many?
for a second on that, Connor? Quick,
Yes,
sorry.
go ahead.
Um, sorry.
No, you're
But
fine, dude. I'm
you look at
like,
it like
it's Hall of
because
Fame
the
shit.
way some people treat it also is like I don't think this guy he wasn't a Hall of Famer, but he shouldn't fall off the ballot in his
Mm.
first year. You
Yeah,
look at
that
Even
guys
should
like
Mark
not
Burley.
Jose
matter.
Bautista or whoever, some of those other guys,
David Wright.
Matt Holliday getting like a few votes here and
Yeah,
there
David Wright
for
got.
that reason
Do you
because
need
Mhm.
five
somebody's like
percent to stay
they
on?
shouldn't fall off the ballot.
Yeah, I think it's 5.
David Wright got 6.2.
Yeah.
Like Torrey Hunter got 7.3.
But like you shouldn't have to vote for guys just because you want them to stay on
No.
the ballot. If you think he was a Hall of Famer,
Mhm.
vote for him. Give them 1 year, 2 years, and give them unlimited votes.
David Wright got 6.2, you said?
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds he gets up to the 30s by the time his 10 years are done?
Probably pretty good.
I think pretty strong. And I think that's
Like
ridiculous.
just people falling off
Mm,
for like yeah a little bit, but
it
for
might
people
be tough because there's a good cohort around him from this year's. I don't know how many of them stayed on. And there's a decent cohort in the same skill level as him, if not better, on next year's. There,
yeah,
Connor. What a transition.
thank you. There you go. So of the 12 guys, genuinely, I only think one is a Hall of Famer.
There's one guarantee.
There's one
Is it on
guarantee.
here?
Yes, it's Ichiro.
No, but is it
CC's.
on here?
Yeah, it's the last one. It's fuzzy
Okay.
on the sheet. Ichiro, CC Sabathia, Curtis Granderson, Blue Jays legend, Felix Hernandez. I wish, but no. Ian Kinsler, Dustin Pedroia,
Blue Jay killer, both of them.
Hanley Ramirez, Blue Jays legend Troy Tulowitzki,
I wish, man.
noted World Series MVP Ben Zobrist, Blue Jays legend Melky Cabrera, Adam Jones, and Blue Jays legend Russell Martin.
Blue Jay killer.
So I'm just going to come out and say I think there's 2 guarantees on this. And I think if you disagree, you need to go back and do some more digging and look up your baseball history.
Obviously,
Because
Ichiro.
CC Sabathia is like one
Oh.
of the top 5 left-handed pitchers all time in about every category that matters. I might be talking about my ass, but like he is up there in everything.
He's also a
And
first team all dog. Like
he
DAWG.
definitely deserves to be on there.
Like the numbers don't look
They're not fantastic.
the numbers don't look fantastic, but like
They're not.
he played 19 years, career 62.3. This is B War. So like
Played 19 years. He was a 6-time All-Star.
Yeah. But he was
I know that doesn't mean a lot.
you could, like this is just for
How many did Maurer win?
All-Stars?
right
He didn't play 19 years.
I didn't ask that. How many did he get?
I don't know.
That shouldn't matter.
This is the
7.
pitching. This is the pitching Joe Mauer debate, and I don't want to start it.
No, I think he's
the pitching Adrian Beltre.
Yep. I think the fact is he was one of the best lefties in the game for a long time. And
If he retired after 2012, I think we're talking about him being a lock. I think from 13 to 19 is when everything kind of fell apart for him. And I think that's what's stuck in my I think it's just what's stuck in my mind as what CC Sabathia is. Because realistically,
because that was your peak Blue Jays viewing.
Yeah, a lot of my memorable watching of baseball was from like 08 onwards,
but
09 onwards.
But him in 08 was one of the greatest back halves of the season.
Yeah,
ever.
But
like,
so I want to pivot off of this a little bit.
in 17 games in Milwaukee. Like pitching on like 2 days rest. That's how dumb he was.
Yeah.
Like, but yes, Nate, go ahead. Sorry.
I want to pivot slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Felix Hernandez for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And move to modern baseball. Who is the next pitcher coming on this ballot? I'm going to say, other than Greinke, Kershaw, and Scherzer, that is going to come anywhere close to Felix Hernandez's career.
Verlander? did you say?
Sorry, he should have been in that list too.
Yeah.
They're the four locks. They're the four generational guys. But like the new age pitcher, who's getting there?
I'm really, I'm really
Maybe Cole.
maybe Cole, depending on how he finishes out. Um,
To
I'm
me,
trying to think of who's
watching
retired.
Felix Hernandez play, he was a Hall of Famer when he was pitching.
It felt that way.
dude, but it like, I can't, I can't. I'm not gonna hold like his like Baltimore years against him when he was signing there. Like it was.
No, but like, and I don't think Pedroia or Kinsler are Hall of Famers, and it's kind of the
No.
same argument as Utley. But like, who out of the new generation is coming up and doing that? Guys are coming up at like 24, 25 now a lot of the time. Like, you don't, I don't know, you get the few special guys that come up, but it's just like, this is the first year since like, I think there's been 1 year since integration. I think it was that there hasn't been a player with 500 home runs or 3,000 hits in the league. And
Jeez.
I don't know if you've looked at, it was 500 homers and something. I think it was 3,000 hits. But if you take a look, we are not going to have that for a long time. I don't know if we're ever going to have it again.
I think Stanton is the closest.
Stanton
to
can
500.
probably do it.
But yeah, I think he's like 30.
He needs 100. He needs like 96 more or something like
Yeah,
that.
he needs 100 more.
Yeah, but like, and I think like Freddie Freeman's one of the closest to 3,000 hits. Like
he needs like 1,000 more.
He needs damn near like 700-800 more, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
I think it's more than that. I think you were closer to 1,000 than 700.
I don't think it was. It was like 2 seasons worth for everyone on the list. That's close.
No.
Freddie,
the next closest is like 2,300, and it's like McCutcheon or somebody.
Freddie Freeman is 876 away. He's at 2114. So
2 408 seasons. No.
You mean 40?
He needs like 450 almost.
Just running through Felix Hernandez.
If we're being technical, Joey Votto is the closest, but he's really he's at 2135, which is still not anywhere fucking close.
I kind of want to start my campaign for Felix Hernandez.
That's yeah, I agree.
Because I think if Joe Mauer was a Hall of Famer, you can make the exact same case for what Felix Hernandez is, because he was a top 5 Cy Young pick in 2, 3, 4 of 5, 6 years. He was a top 10 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 6.
Going forward, the criteria we evaluate players on, I think, is going to be way different, because you don't have guys hanging out until they're 40 or late 30s being elite.
No. He was a top 10 MVP finisher in 2014.
Yeah.
So, man, I think you said Sabathia was like Beltre. I think in some ways, yes, but in a lot of ways, no, because his early career, he was elite. And he was outstanding. And then the end of his career, he was just eating innings. Which
how do you define
Beltre kind of, like, he's got a Cy Young at least, does he not?
No. Yeah.
Does he? Oh, sorry, he has one in 2007. My bad.
How many top 5 finishes?
All time, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in a row.
I think Beltre had what, 2 top 5 in his career?
Did he have 2?
I thought he had a 3 and a 2, I think.
He had a 2 and a 3 and a 5, 7 and a 7. And
I think if you have 5 in a row,
CC was 1, 5, 5, 4, 3, 4.
And you don't think that is an elite peak?
Oh, it's absolutely an elite peak. It's just surrounded by a lot of years. He just never really, like, there's not a lot of bold on this page. He led the league in innings once. And games started twice. Let me go back to the top here. Complete games once, twice, sorry. Shutouts 3 times. Wins twice.
Anyways, I think next year is going to be a 2-man class.
If any. Like,
no, it's going to be.
I think Wagner gets in.
Yeah, Billy Wagner and Ichiro.
Yeah. Also, Nate, I hate you made me look up these active home run leaders. There is one player under the age of 30, and
Bryce.
he's
Yeah, it's
27.
Bryce.
No, Bryce isn't
No,
under
Bryce
30.
is 30.
Bryce is 30. It is Francisco Lindor, and he is 215.
And he's 29.
He's 29. Like Stanton is the closest. With
At like
400.
310 or 410, isn't it?
He's 402.
What's Bryce at? 360?
Bryce is 306.
306.
So, like,
There's
Do you think he can hit 194 this year?
Bryce is gonna play for another what, at least 7-8 years.
Well, he's
I
got
think
7 on his
moving to
deal now.
first base
Is gonna
helps
help.
him with that.
Yeah. But like,
It's just crazy to think, like, we took it for granted. You had Miggy, you had Pujols, like Ichiro, you had all these guys.
like George
And
Jesus.
like Jeter, 3,000 hits.
Mm-hmm. There just seemed like a long run
there's-
there with someone getting 3,000 hits.
George
I
Springer
want
is
to say it was like 85, and that was the only other year since integration. Sorry,
like,
Connor.
when I say this, it doesn't sound like it should be real. George Springer is 22nd in active home runs, like career home runs in the league. It's 242. That's like damn top 20 active, basically.
We
Like,
should name the top 10.
I mean, it's not that hard. Like, okay, one of these guys is technically like the leader of this list is technically retired now. Like Nelson Cruz, but
Cruz.
yeah.
We just said his name and I'm blanking. Stanton.
Mm-hmm.
Harper.
Harper is 11.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Trout's not on there, no.
Trout's third, 368.
Trout has 368 home runs.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy because he should have been the next guy, but I don't think is getting close to 3,000 hits or 500.
No.
Like,
He's Ken Griffey Jr. Their career paths are almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
except he stayed with one team.
True. Well, so far. Career's not over.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah. Do you want to just name them out? Because
Yeah, I stopped.
yeah, okay. Mike Trout at 3, Joey Votto at 4 with 356, Evan Longoria at 342, Paul Goldschmidt at 340, Nolan Arenado at 325, Freddie Freeman at 321, JD Martinez, former future Blue Jay, at 315, and Manny Machado at 313.
Future Blue Jay.
Future, former, future.
Yeah, like it's tough, man. I think Hall of Fame criteria is gonna have to change because guys aren't getting the stats they used to.
But like when we say Mike Trout, Hall of Fame, and then when you look at the numbers, if you like space it out like 7 years after he retires, you'd go numbers ridiculous, and then you go 300 and some home runs, and it's like, oh. But Mike Trout's gonna get 400 by the time he retires, at least. Like if he doesn't, something has gone terribly wrong. Like,
yeah.
He needs 30.
He could challenge 500 if he can find a string of 5 healthy seasons. I think.
Yeah. Like,
5 mostly healthy seasons.
Yeah, because I remember, like, I think it was 2022. We hit 40 in like 119 games. Like, it was dumb. You know what else is dumb? I'm transitioning. If you guys are done,
go for it.
The Houston Astros signing Josh Hader to the most lucrative contract for a reliever.
I don't think it's
history.
dumb. I don't think it's dumb at all.
I don't think it's dumb at all.
Second best reliever in baseball.
It's not dumb. Okay, it's not. Is he going to pitch more than fucking 3 outs now?
I don't know. Probably not, but who cares?
Yes, 100%. He has a bag. He didn't have a bag.
He has to now. Like, if he doesn't, it's just like why? But yeah, 5 years, 95 million. Now you may be saying, isn't Edwin Diaz the most lucrative contract? No, because Edwin Diaz had deferrals. So
yeah.
Oh, you mean they did it before Shohei Ohtani?
No.
See, but it's not to the level of 95% of his contract being deferrals.
I said it to you guys. This doesn't move the needle for me, and I think what I've realized is relievers just don't move the needle for me.
They don't.
If we sign Josh Hader, I'm pumped, but I don't think it changes our playoff odds. Like,
yeah, did the Astros like go from like second in the division to first? I don't think so. Like, if that was the pecking order. Like,
yeah, timeout for a sec. I don't know if they're second there, bud, with year 1 pitcher.
What do you mean?
Your team is one pitcher.
Who's my team?
I
The
don't
one
know.
you're wearing a hat of.
I don't
That's
know.
fair. That's fair.
We're not
I
going to
was
walk
just
by that like
saying
Connor didn't just
for
say
an
that.
example. All right.
It's a problem that you had to ask who your team is.
As
That's
I
not
have,
me.
as I have a Jays jersey, a Texas hat, and oh man, but yeah, like it was an example. But I'm saying, like, does Josh Hader make the Astros like from second in their division to first?
No,
Like, if that was the case,
I think it's just relievers are like that for
Yeah.
me. For
I
me, at
feel
least. Like
I feel like you have
it's
to.
cool having a great back end of the bullpen.
I feel like if you get multiple relievers, then you could be like, okay, now you're. But like one,
It maybe changes it when you're in the playoffs. You might look on your team, but
yeah,
over the length of a season, like he's contributing to a third.
like in a good year, a third of your games,
A
like
third, and for one inning normally.
in Josh Hader's case, one inning. Like
Only one inning.
yeah,
Let's do that math.
let's.
I don't know, man. I think it's worth it. I also don't believe they have the best bullpen in the AL. I've heard that.
I mean,
They have 3 guys.
they got a.
The rest of them were not
Don't
good
care.
last year.
We
Presley-
don't know
it was-
who is the best bullpen in baseball. Because you go into the year and everything changes because it's a fucking
True.
bullpen and they're
But-
volatile. Because
also-
you know why they're in the bullpen? Because they couldn't start. And
Yeah,
they
I
had
also
issues.
don't know what Ryan Presley can
Presley
be as a
Abreu
non-closer.
Hader is Presley Abreu
Nasty.
Hader is
It's
nasty.
nasty.
Like
Yeah. Yeah, I
They
don't,
lost
I don't
like
disagree,
over
but-
they lost over 150 or 200 innings from last year.
Yeah.
I
Maris,
mean-
Stanek, Graveman, and somebody else. I forget who the other one was.
yeah, but they kept like Rafael Montero, who's still there, and sucked.
They still lost 200 innings.
Yes, but
Whatever.
but they also are getting a lot of the things back, and guys just coming back from injury.
Luis
Like-
Garcia.
Luis Garcia,
It's a starter.
Lance McCullers, maybe.
Lance McCullers.
That's a starter. That
One of
is-
them are going to have to
that
go
is
to
a
the pen.
ghost.
Again,
Lance
again,
McCullers
but
doesn't
some of those,
exist.
but Nate, it's gonna push some of those guys into the pen.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
Hunter Brown might be a bullpen arm now.
JP France
JP
and Brandon Bielik are not gonna be starting over Luis Garcia and like Lance McCullers if Lance McCullers is a person.
Couldn't
like-
tell you who the fuck either of those guys are.
Exactly. Those were starters for the Astros last year.
JP France was nasty.
JP,
Put some respect on his name.
Francis aren't really that great in baseball.
Shout out to Martin Luther King.
There's a reason I trust me.
I know. That
wrote-
will be the way it's spelled for the rest of the time.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. But
Shout out to Martin Luther King for signing a deal that made no sense.
Are you guys Brewers fans now?
No, I just fucking hate
I
this.
hate
Because
it.
the Brewers signed Rhys Hoskins to 2 years, $34 million with an option after the first year.
I hate it.
I-
Why didn't any good team do this?
Because Milwaukee.
Any of them? It didn't even have to be
Milwaukee-
us.
Why didn't-
Milwaukee
yeah,
still thinks they're good.
What? No, they don't.
Brant, do you
they
know?
100% do.
Do you know what
There's
division
no
they're in?
way.
They're
That doesn't mean they're
100%.
good.
They're 100% winning the division.
They're like,
Were they not shedding payroll like a month ago?
what payroll did they shed? Technically,
Weren't they trying to shed payroll?
Woodruff.
Woodruff was the only payroll they shed.
They let Woodruff walk
And then
because they
that
didn't want
goes
to pay him.
right
And
back
they
with
made
what-
another trade, did they not?
Pelez.
They let Rowdy walk, but Rowdy was making nothing.
No.
There was
Did they not make a trade at some point that
they got
didn't make
Mark
sense?
No, they traded Mark Hanna.
Huh.
Like, it's
I don't get it. Milwaukee's not good. It doesn't
you're just
make
mad.
sense.
You're just mad that Rhys Hoskins.
I'm
is-
so mad because
he's wearing blue, but not the blue you want.
no.
Yes,
it's not
as
even
I
light blue.
fucking sent 20 expletives in our group chat last night.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yes,
so
I am
much.
mad.
I hate
Yeah. Like,
it. I don't want to talk about it.
You know why else I hate
It
this?
makes no sense.
because Connor's right. Because you know Connor's right. And
No,
how
because
this
my
offseason's
second
going.
favorite offseason target means he's also off the fucking board.
Who's that?
Adamas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a tough
So
out.
yes, I
And
very
like
much do not like this.
Yeah,
know.
it's very much.
We're down to what? Bellinger or
Bellinger, Jorge
Soler?
Soler, Jock, and JD Martinez and Justin Turner.
fantastic.
Like, I like 3 of those guys.
I don't even know if Rhys Hoskins was ever actually a target for the Blue Jays. It was just a
Probably
target
not.
for me and Nate.
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
but it made sense. It's a target that made sense.
It absolutely made sense.
I think as far as fit, I think what's the easiest fit now? Is Bellinger?
Cody Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger is the easiest fit.
Blake Snell.
Fuck off. I hate.
No,
Can we
don't want
stop?
Blake
Can
Snell.
we stop with Slapdick, please?
I'm in for it.
That's his name. That's his name.
I'm in for it. Blake Snell, Gary Sanchez.
I might actually hop back onto text. I won't even join Texas. I'll just be a baseball fan now. Fuck it. I like if
Blake Snell, Gary
Jay
Sanchez.
sign Blake Snell and Gary Sanchez and say we're done.
Blake Snell, Gary Sanchez, JD Martinez.
Step 1, Blake Snell.
Sure.
Step 2, Gary Sanchez. Step 3, profit.
Yeah.
Like,
Done. Trade someone for someone else. I don't know.
for Max Kepler and Nate will.
No, someone better than that.
Fuck this offseason.
Trade him for Reese Hoskins.
Jesus. For Christian Yelich.
What do we think this does for the market for Soler, though? Because I think this
It
is
went
the
way
biggest
up.
comp. I don't know if it did. Like,
I don't think it did.
the team.
Oh, you mean like what he's gonna get?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now
Did
there's gonna be a bidding war on the only guy left.
He's not the only guy left.
I think teams can pivot to JD.
Brant, he's not the only guy left. Teams can pivot to JD. Teams can pivot to Jock even.
Sure.
Like,
but
teams
he's
can
the only
pivot
guy
to
left
JD.
that's hit 40.
yeah, JD will like. Did you just say that? What?
JD's probably hit 40, I think, but
JD hit like 35 last year.
that's not 40.
Granted, on the Dodgers, but like
Has he hit 40? He's got to have 40 in his career at some
he
point.
has at minimum high 30s, like multiple times.
Yeah, but that's
Don't
not
care enough
40.
to look this up.
I'm looking up because I hate Brant being a fucking passive aggressive asshole.
Hey, Brant, $5 he hit 40.
No, I think you know what? Fuck it. He didn't. Whatever. 2?
Fuck you.
He hit 2?
2017, he hit 45, and 2018, 43. And then he also has a 38, a 36, and a 33. Like,
Well done.
all of those years had over 100 RBIs.
Speaking of Dodgers, why did they
Still
sign James
doing
Paxton?
stuff.
I think it makes sense. He's your prototypical Dodger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? He's going to be a Cy Young candidate, isn't
Turn
he?
around.
Yeah.
He's still got
Fantastic.
stuff, man. Like, they
Didn't he
still
have a good
have
month
they
with
haven't
Boston?
they
He's
haven't
decent
signed
with Boston.
Kershaw.
Yeah, so does this mean Kershaw?
Is that worrisome?
No, I don't think so. I think he just slots into rotation. You figure he's going to be hurt at some point. And
Yeah.
honestly, I think the way baseball is going, you just need innings.
You need dudes in the end, like.
And for the Dodgers, you need at least 6 solid starting pitchers. The way they fucking chew through them.
Yeah.
You just need innings. Like, if he's serviceable, you throw him in your pen as a long man. If you run in a room, like, who cares?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I already know you guys don't know who this next person is.
I was
so.
literally just about
Robert
to say,
Stevenson,
who the
that
fuck is
that
Robert
came up with
Stevenson?
Cincinnati. Yes.
He came up with Cincinnati.
Isn't he
pitched
the guy that was in
Rays.
Twilight?
That's Robert Pattinson.
Same
you will
thing,
not
no?
speak ill of Batman, all right?
He was Batman. You're
Robert
right.
Pattinson was Batman. But
He was
Robert
Batman.
Stevenson was on the Rays last year.
There's no way. Hold on. There's no way we just called Robert Pattinson Batman. Like, he was a Batman, but he is not Batman.
He is the most current Batman.
Nah, don't give me that. No.
Am I stating of like an incorrect statement that he's
Probably.
the most
Who
current
was the
Batman?
guy that died? The one that played the cartoon one all the time.
Adam West?
No. The
Kevin
other
Conroy.
one. Kevin Conroy. He definitely played him more recently than Robert Pattinson.
I mean, if we're being technical,
He is Batman.
You want to know Kevin? This is fucking side tangent. Kevin Conroy's last appearance in a Batman anything.
Uh,
It's a video game that comes out this week.
so he's still Batman.
No, but Robert Pattinson's neck, like Robert
No.
Pattinson, he's filming that. Okay, you know what?
Is
Side
he?
tangents.
I thought he was done.
No, he's making a second. They're getting a sequel. Nate just left because he was talking about Batman. All right.
It's valid.
I'm not even a Batman fan. I don't think you should have referred to Robert Pattinson as Batman. But
Thank you.
can we just get off of Robert Pattinson and get
Robert
past Robert
Stevenson.
Stevenson?
Didn't he?
too?
Yeah.
Sorry, he signed with the Angels. Congratulations.
Signed with the Angels, 3
Edward
years,
Cullen.
33 million. 60 games. He had a 3.10 ERA and a .87 WHIP. Like,
Why are the Angels doing so much? They also signed Matt Moore. Great.
Yeah,
They had
brought
Matt
him-
Moore already, did they not?
Yeah, didn't they trade?
They traded him.
and
So
then
they're
got-
just trying to do the same thing. Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. They also signed Miguel Sano.
Miguel Sano is back in American
Wicked.
professional baseball. Like
Wicked.
So-
Moving on.
Trey Mancini.
Trey Mancini signed a minor league deal.
To
Trey
the-
Mancini
today.
just sucks now.
Yeah,
Okay,
sucks.
cool.
It sucks that he sucks.
Where was Trey Mancini last year? Chicago?
The whole year?
Mhm.
Okay. Joey Gallo's going to Washington, where he'll never be seen again. Fantastic.
I think he's gonna get at bats there.
Yeah, but
gonna start,
it's
probably.
Somebody did bring it up though, like kind of similar numbers to a guy last year that they signed.
probably similar to
and
many guys.
traded at the deadline and might have been the biggest pickup at the deadline. Biggest offensive pickup.
I don't have a clue who you're talking.
What position?
Yeimer
is he
Candelario.
Jamer.
playing? No, but Jamer had a good season. No, don't do this. Jamer had a good season before he got traded to the Cubs.
I know. I said
No,
it's
he's
kind of
saying
reminiscent of
coming
the signing they
into
made last year. The year before he was
sorry.
shit.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
Also-
had Batman on the mind. Sorry.
You guys want to do a fun exercise and
No.
guess
I don't wanna
what
exercise.
Joey Gallo's OPS plus was last year?
98.
72.
101.
That's close. I knew it was around average.
He had like 300 at bats and struck out 150 times.
Did he have more home runs or singles?
That I don't know. He had like
That's always my
16
favorite
home runs.
stat.
He had like 16 home runs.
So he
Yeah,
probably had 15 singles.
If he had less than 16 singles, that's bad.
Was there not a year where he hit like 38 homers and had like 37 singles?
Yep, probably.
Mhm.
Love it. Matt Carpenter went back to St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis is just trying to get the 2011 band back together, and it's gonna
Fantastic.
fail
David Freese,
miserably.
come on down.
Right. Lance Berkman. Like
David
Matt
Freese,
Holliday.
come on down. Do we have
Where's
a little
Alan
bit
Craig
of time?
at when you need him?
Do we have a little bit of time?
Sure.
what? Like,
Also, Pete Cosmo.
we're not taking 20 minutes.
No, I have a head-to-head. There's strikes. It'll be a little quicker.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What is
Okay. I want you guys. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28 people that have
Are you
ever hit a
fucking
home run
serious?
for the Toronto Blue Jays
20? Wait.
in the
20
postseason.
In the postseason.
28
Okay.
people that have ever hit a home run for the Toronto Blue Jays in the postseason.
Okay, so Nate gets the free space.
3 strikes.
Nate gets the free space. Just go ahead, Nate. Say his name.
Which one?
There's a bunch of free spaces, but like there's like the free.
Do you have this written down somewhere?
I don't know how to write it down other than just writing down the names.
Why don't you just go? Sure. Yeah, I guess just write down the names.
Yeah.
Let's go Joe Carter.
Joe Carter is obviously on the list.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, very.
Fuck you, Nate.
When
Jose,
Connor says the next one, I will tell you something. Go ahead.
Jose Bautista.
They are tied for the most career home runs for the Blue Jays in the postseason with 6.
Edwin Encarnacion.
Edwin Encarnacion, obviously.
Mhm.
Where's this? Where's this being written down here? Grant?
Sorry, I'm way behind here. Connor, keep writing numbers down until we get to 28.
Why does it keep doing that?
Edwin Encarnacion tied for third, technically.
Does it really matter? Can we can just list them when we get
No,
them
I'm
and
going
count
to,
who gets
but
yeah.
strikes.
Okay. So you said Edwin. Roberto Alomar.
Roberto Alomar.
Fuck him, but
Thank you.
Danny motherfucking Jansen.
Danny motherfucking
Danny
Jansen.
Oh, wait,
motherfucking
Jose was-
Jansen. Thought about that.
Sorry,
Danny
yeah, can you
Jansen.
fix those for me, Nate?
Dan Jansen.
Danny motherfucking Jansen has 2. That's kind of crazy because they were in the same game.
Oh, actually, this is Teoscar Hernandez.
Teoscar Hernandez also has 2.
Fun
which is
fact.
crazy because they were also in the same game.
One of the first home run of Teoscar Hernandez's postseason career is the
Mhm.
audio clip that we use in the intro.
Nice.
So,
I actually did not know that.
yeah,
Dan Jansen. I like how I have
it's
that.
it's Buck's best fucking home run call ever. Like it's great. Like, so good.
This is where I'm like starting to draw a blank.
This
to
is
be
what I
honest.
figured. Do you want to do 3 strikes or 5?
We're doing 3.
3?
No, do 5. We'll go through this quick.
Because
anyways.
I think so.
Yeah, we'll just fire. Okay.
Let's go Paul Molitor.
Paul Molitor.
It sucks that like when we really think about it, I'm like, is there anybody in between? No, because they didn't make the playoffs in like any of the years.
You're not gonna like this one. Paul Molitor didn't hit one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One strike for Nate. Oh,
You know
sorry.
what?
No, I'm an idiot. He's at the top.
Oh,
He's hit 3. I missed him. My bad. Sorry, Nate.
here's where Connor.
I went
Here's
through it
where
3
the
times.
clip.
Didn't see him.
Here's where Brant calling me an encyclopedia of useless shit is actually gonna come in handy. Ezekiel Carrera.
Ezekiel Carrera, I'm pretty sure has one on there. I saw
He
that.
hit it against Texas. I remember.
Mind-blowing fucking shit. He does have one. As if we are 8 players in and we're on Ezekiel Carrera already. What a franchise, baby.
Does Rajay Davis's home run with Cleveland count?
No.
Okay, give me JD because he's got to also have
He
one.
does.
Yeah. Okay.
He was also tied for 3rd.
Kevin Pillar.
Kevin Pillar is on there. He has 2.
Okay, once I have one name that I have in my head, but I need to get deeper in before I can become more confident with it.
I'm gonna go with George Bell.
George Bell has 1.
That's
Bold play.
Nate doesn't have any strikes yet, does he?
No, we gave it back because I fucked it up for him.
Okay. We said oh boy. Oh no, this is not good. Kelly Gruber.
Kelly Gruber has 2.
Give me Pat Borders with a World Series MVP. He's got to have at least one.
Pretty sure he does. Let me just take another look. Yeah, Pat Borders has 2.
Oh boy. The fact that I said Ezekiel Carrera before this name kind of saddens me. Troy Tulowitzki.
Troy Tulowitzki does have, I think, 3.
Yeah.
3.
Give me.
Man, this is
Jesse Barfield.
Jesse Barfield has 1.
I was about to say he's got to have one. Brant, you jokingly mentioned this guy before, and I think it's right. Chris Colabello.
Chris Colabello has 2. When did I say Chris Colabello's name?
You mentioned him like last week.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant in this one.
Like, you mentioned him last week and being like, dude, he went for power in the playoffs. Like,
he did, though.
Yeah.
You guys started talking, I just lost. Oh, Dave Winfield.
Dave Winfield has 2.
Okay.
And he wants noise.
Oh, boys, this is where Connor starts to slip off here.
You guys got a lot of pretty big names. There's still a few left.
I'm trying to remember, did anybody in that 2020 hit a home run other than Jano? Like, because I don't think so.
You guys have one. Sorry, go ahead.
Does Shannon Stewart have one?
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
No. Shannon Stewart never played a playoff game. They didn't play a playoff game from 93 to 2015.
In my head, Shannon Stewart is not a 1993 after guy. He's like a 1992 before.
He's like 03, 4, 5, like that era.
Really? No way. Yeah. Like, who am I thinking of then?
I have no idea. Probably someone on the list, honestly.
I'm not thinking of.
You guys have the first 6. And then you have.
I'm going to go with Tony Fernandez because he was there through so much of that.
Tony Fernandez does not have one.
Really?
Who am I thinking of?
So that's 1 strike each?
Yeah.
Are you marking this at the top here?
I just had that one in my head, but.
Okay, so we're both at 1-1.
Why'd you write it down?
I didn't write it down. Someone wrote it down for me? I wrote the name down. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
Oh my God, I know the name that I'm thinking now, and I hate it.
Okay.
Is it Lloyd Mosby?
Lloyd Mosby?
How the fuck did you get those two confused?
I don't know.
Do you want me to be very superficial and
Lloyd
it was two black outfielders that the Blue Jays had?
Mosby. He
Like-
knew he was a black guy.
I knew he was a black
He was
dude.
gonna guess Jay Jackson, but he
Can I leave? Can I walk away now?
never gonna live that one down. I'm sorry.
I'm not. That's fine. I'm well aware.
Justin Smoke.
Ooh.
Was he almost? No,
Somehow
He was on 16.
Justin
He was starting
Smoke
first baseman in
Justin
2016.
Smoke does not have one because
What?
he got taken over by Colabello in 15, and that was weird.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then 16, I
Colabello
guess he
did
just
have
didn't hit one.
I'm just guessing guys who played now. Okay, I got two.
Okay. I have a complete. Okay, now that you said that, I don't want to say his name.
No, I have two strikes, I mean.
Oh, okay.
And you've got one.
Complete shot in the dark, but I think in the same game that Kevin Pillar and Ezekiel Carrera hit one, Melvin Upton Jr. hit one.
His name was BJ on this one, but he did
Melvin.
indeed.
Let's go.
Connor.
Encyclopedia of useless shit back again.
Okay. I'm probably throwing this one too, but Michael Saunders.
Michael Saunders has one too.
See, that was a name that I was going to say. He must have one. Devin Travis?
Devin Travis does not.
Okay.
I don't think he ever played a playoff game.
No,
did
I
he?
think he was in the 2016 series. Like, I'm pretty sure he played in 2016.
Give me
Okay, I'm at 2.
Rance Mullenix.
Rance Mullenix has one.
Who?
Rance Mullenix.
You Googled that shit. No.
No.
I'm calling malarkey. You Googled
Blue
that.
Jays broadcaster.
Yeah.
From when?
One of the pre-2010 or early 2010s.
Rance
Mullenix. You know Rance Mullenix?
Also,
guy's name was Rance. Can we take that
one of the best platoons we ever had. Probably the best platoon.
The best
in
platoon
Jays
of
history.
all time.
Okay.
And good luck to you.
Okay, nobody hit a home run in 2023. Nobody hit a home run other than Teo. I don't think anybody hit a home run in 2022.
Brent, do you know who my next guess is?
We didn't make playoffs in 2021.
No, but
Do you know you should know who my guess is based on that guess.
I can't. Maybe. Oh, maybe. I believe there's an ALCS MVP in this list.
Yeah, Robbie. Wasn't Robbie the ALCS?
Oh, was he? Well, I believe there's another one.
Because he hit a home run off of Eckersley. Shit.
I can't remember if it was ALCS or World Series.
Because
the World Series ones was
we already said Gruber, right?
Borders and Molitor.
You did, yes.
Right? Oh my god.
How you doing here, man?
Not great.
Is there a time limit?
No, fuck off.
There's
done this
two
shit before.
There's 24 or 26.
Modern guys. I think it's 27.
Two modern guys?
Yeah, that are still on the list.
What are we defining as modern?
From the 2015-16 runs. That's what I consider still modern.
I'm just playing the law of averages. Russell Martin. Okay.
Yeah, Johnny O had to have had one.
I'd be shocked if
I think so. Yeah, he had two.
Okay.
Was that the guy I was supposed to be thinking of for you?
No.
Okay.
But I was more confident in that one than the other one.
Yeah, that's fair. We are missing 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. There were 3 names? No, 2 names. Never mind. I think I counted him. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 4 names left.
I don't know
if I counted that right. There's either 4 or 5.
Yeah, I'm at 2 strikes. Fuck it. I'm probably gonna take a third. Did Ryan Goins hit one?
Ryan Goins did hit one.
Okay. Like
I was gonna go there earlier.
I was trying to think of like dudes that were on those runs, and I'm like, I feel like I've said the really like no shit, no brainer ones, but so she should have a crush on Ryan Goins, then she found out he was bald.
So bald.
Like
the most unfortunate bald.
That's it from 15-16 now.
It has to be.
I believe so.
That has to be because I don't.
Okay, so I'm going the other side of that third base platoon with Mr. Pat Tabler. No.
Okay, I'm ahead of you in points and strikes.
He's got 3 strikes.
Yeah.
Good thing we made the change. But I don't know if Connor's gonna get any more.
Oh, I'm joining him. Oh boy.
You have 2 strikes right now, Connor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy, man. Candy Maldonado.
Candy Maldonado was the highest one remaining.
Okay.
Candy has 3.
All right. We're here.
Candy Maldonado. There
Close
we
enough.
are.
Close enough. Here you go, buddy.
Connor. Okay,
Um,
so got
just based on law of averages, Devo has to have 1.
I thought
Devo
about it.
does have
I
1.
fucking thought about Devo earlier.
Is this match point right here?
I believe. Let me just make sure here. You're tied right now. I know that, right? Oh,
Yeah.
no, because Connor's got 2 in a row.
11, 12.
I
I have 13.
So it's 13,
have
13.
16.
Yep, you're right.
So
Okay, so there is 1, 2. There's 2 left for sure.
What the fuck? This list keeps growing.
yeah, there's 28 names.
Is it 28 I said originally? I can't remember.
You said 28.
I lost count.
I thought he said 26. I just didn't. We ended at 24 numbers, so I thought that was it.
No, it's 20. We got 28 and we already have 26. We said Dave Winfield. Okay.
We could end in the first tie ever.
I think
It's
actually
possible. Or someone strikes out.
Okay.
Guaranteed one of them is gonna be like a backup catcher that like I don't remember. Like what's his name? That sucks. I have a fucking like poster of that World Series winning team. Like
You need to hurry up because I'm gonna forget this name soon.
No, we're gonna see here.
Sorry, I was wrong on the ALCS MVP. He was.
We've said Kelly Gruber. Who was the You know what? All right, we're gonna get. We're probably gonna tie Ricky Henderson. Did he hit one of that 93 run? Okay.
No, 3 strikes.
Yeah, it's 3 strikes.
Yeah. Ed Sprague.
Ed Sprague. That was the one I thought had the ALCS MVP. But
let's go.
Are we? Oh, it's 14-13.
14-13. There's 1 name left. You guys both have 2 strikes. He's at the bottom of my list here.
And he's not okay.
Are we gonna know the name?
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay, that's not gonna help me at all. Oh, I hate dumb 1992-93 trivia. It's not Oliver. It's not Molitor. Dude, I'm so blank. Like,
I will tell you that it did not happen in 92-93.
Oh, that makes it even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. He's my all-time favorite Blue Jays catcher. Is it Ernie Witt?
It is Ernie Witt.
That was
deep.
That was my only other guess.
Yeah, for the first time.
tie.
Nate has technically been dethroned, but not dethroned.
he is sharing
the
the
first
throne
one, Connor.
for the first time.
Oh, that's right.
Ever.
No, I did win that one. Yeah,
Oh.
that was before we did King's Court.
Yeah, it was before I was in.
Yeah, it's before like
Damn.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay, you need to pick something, and it is one person, and this is how we decide it.
I've been trying to think of that for a while, but I don't know what to fucking do.
He's 20. Oh, okay, yeah, it's 29.
Number 1 all-time postseason hits.
Okay.
We each get a guess. Whoever gets higher
All-time
wins.
MLB?
No. Jay's all-time.
Jay's all-time hits. Okay.
Connor, I'll give you first guess since I started.
I feel like the obvious answer would be someone from 1993, but those aren't.
Hold on. Am I giving you? How about I give you both a guess, and then if you guys tie again, we'll do something else.
It's whoever's higher.
No, just go.
I guess if there's a tie, we'll do something else.
Yeah.
If there's a tie, so somehow we get a tie.
I was gonna say,
or we just go
when you get it. But if you both, never mind. Fuck
You
it.
know
Just
what?
go whoever's higher, and if we somehow tie, we guess again for the next highest.
I hate the guy, but give me Robbie Alomar.
This is why I didn't want to. It's
No,
Robbie Allen. That's why I was saying give you both a chance. But
because Nate's gonna win. But no,
Well, I don't know.
I know it's somebody from not those World Series teams though. That's what like, and I
Didn't he just say it's Robbie
it's
Alomar?
Robbie Allen. You had it.
Oh, wait, it is.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to do it that way because I like it was pretty.
Yes!
It wasn't as tough to guess. Robbie.
Who's number 2?
Was it like George Bell?
No,
I was going either Devo or Fernandez.
Devo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Devo
All
2,
right.
Borders 3, Carter 4, Tony 5.
So are we?
It wasn't my guess either way, so I'm perfectly happy admitting defeat there.
So are we finally getting a me versus Brand?
We are. Nate's got to think.
Nate's got to do. Nate's
I
got to
have
do
to do shit
research
between
now.
podcasts.
Yeah, you got to join us now.
Tough go, man.
All right. Well, I think that's
No, we were going to introduce a new segment.
Oh yes, we are a potential new segment. So pre-pod, what was it? You guys wanted me to bring up a topic, and you guys have a week to research it and then debate it.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
like full on research.
We're not
just
going to
like
read. I'm not reading.
Brand's
Yeah.
going to
I'm
do
just going to
research.
think
I'm just
about
going
it.
to yell at him.
Okay.
So for those of you that don't know, which is everyone other than the three of us, me and
Yes.
Brant get into very heated debates about very
Everything?
stupid shit.
This
all the
spawned
time.
from the
About
Joe,
life?
this spawned from the Joe Mauer Hall of Fame Adrian Beltre Billy Wagner
It
debate.
started in my basement about a year ago when we were arguing about the Arizona Diamondbacks batting order.
Oh, which you were completely wrong about.
Not to start the year. He didn't
We're
have
not-
3 to start the year.
We don't need to get on. We don't need.
He
to
didn't
get
have 3 to
into
start
this.
the year.
Yeah, but
I
looking
specifically
back,
said
it was
I specifically
terrible.
said you start him down low and then you bring him up when he
Are you
starts
guys
performing.
talking? Are you guys referring to Corbin Carroll?
Yes, I said you hit him 9 to
He
start the
thought he
year.
was a 9 hitter.
To start the year. I didn't say for the
All right.
whole year.
Was he ever a 9 hitter?
Now, okay.
I don't fucking know.
Moving on. Okay, so yes, these debates have spawned an idea where I have to come up with a topic, typically baseball related.
Yeah.
And
No,
these
it has
guys
to be
have-
baseball related.
It has to be.
I don't know.
related.
I feel like we could get into it on non-baseball.
But here's the thing.
Is water
though.
wet?
Stop it. No, we're not doing this.
Yes.
But here's the thing though. Regardless of the topic I say, like you guys, even if you guys actually agree on it more, like right, relatively, one of you has to take the side of.
You are giving us the sides. You are giving us the topic, and you are giving us which side we have.
Okay, and
I think you should give us a topic if we disagree on it, or if we agree on it, then you can give us the sides.
Oh, you guys are gonna love the topic I just had in my head. Who truly is the better backup second baseman, Kevin Biggio or Santiago Espinal? And I feel like Nate is.
I know which side I'm getting.
Nate is no. Nate is taking Kevin Biggio. Nate is taking Kevin
Perfect.
Biggio,
Because that is
And-
100% the one I would agree with.
and Brant gets Santiago Espinal.
You see this?
Yes, yeah.
You see
So
this?
guys, next week,
Hold on, let me pull it out a little better.
next week in our loving fat debate fashion, Brant will be arguing why Kevin Biggio is worse than Santiago Espinal,
Oh,
and
what a
Nate will
world!
be arguing in favor for his favorite second baseman, Kevin Biggio.
What a world!
He's just better. That's
All
all,
right, hey,
I'm gonna
hey.
say.
Okay, save it for next week. We're gonna allot like a 10-minute time thing in the podcast where we can debate that. I will sit back.
You don't need 10 minutes to
Okay,
debate it. Kevin
all right,
Kevin
all
Biggio
right.
gonna-
is better than
I'm
Santiago
gonna need to do a
Espinal.
lot more research than I thought I was. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
have to
not
pull a
fucking-
lot of shit out of my ass in order to have
I'm
a
not
chance.
doing any
And-
research.
You don't have to.
And on that note, we thank you for sticking with this podcast.
Thank you
this
for listening.
week. Thank you
I
for
hope you made
listening.
it this far because you're in for a treat. Yeah. We have a website. I haven't launched it on Twitter yet. I'll probably do that this week.
Mhm.
We are going to attempt to also write on top of speaking.
Chicken scratch.
Yeah, I don't. So, if you think all of us are tough to listen to, we're going to be equally as tough to read. So, we'll go ahead and go with that. I'm going to revamp the shop a little bit. I'm still going to put the Vlad to make. What is it? Make Vladdy third again?
Make Vlad third again.
Yeah,
That you were supposed to have done like
we're
a
running
month
with
ago.
it's almost ready. Sorry. I got a couple other designs, so those will be fresh. You'll see it on Twitter in a bit. But yeah, thanks for listening. If you made it this far, we'll see you next week. Cheers.